Okay, this is Trig Lesson 2, 30, 60, 90 triangles. So, we talked about short legs and long legs and hypotenuse the other day. And we said the short leg was across from the 30-degree angle, hypotenuse across from the 90-degree angle. So, what we're doing now is, like for this one, for example, we have 7, but we don't have two sides to be able to tell what either of these are by using the Pythagorean theorem. So now we're going to use the angles to be able to tell the sides. Well, a 30, 60, 90 triangle has patterns. And we're going to label the short leg X. So let me put it on the outside. So this is X. We're going to label the long leg the square root of 3 times X. And we're going to label the hypotenuse 2 times X. So this is 2 times X. This is 2 times X. This is X times the square root of 3. Either way you write it. Normally you put your variable first. So, let's do some problems. We know the short leg. So the short leg is 7. And that is X. The long leg is the square root of 3 times X, which is 7. So it's going to be 7 square roots of 3. And the hypotenuse is 2 times X, which is 7. So the hypotenuse would be 14. So the hypotenuse is 14. And this is square root 7 square roots of 7. So it's simply a pattern that you follow. So here we know the long leg, which would be 4 square root of 3. But we know that the long leg equals square root of 3x. So what we have to do is say the x square root of 3 equals 4 square root of 3. So now we just have algebra. We get rid of the square root of 3, divide by the square root of 3, so we get x equals 4. So label the short leg. Well, the short leg is the long leg divided by the square root of 3. So there's the 4. Label the hypotenuse. 2 times x, which is 4. So that would be 8. So hypotenuse is 8. And the short side is 4. It's kind of one of those things that you almost get it and then you're like, oh, I'm lost. So it just takes a lot of practice. Hypotenuse across from the 90 is 46. And the short leg is going to be the hypotenuse divided by 2. And if you say, why is that? Well, the hypotenuse is 2x. So if we say 2x equals the hypotenuse, which is 46, then we have to divide the hypotenuse by 2. So there's our hypotenuse, 23. I'm sorry. I completely said that backwards. If we know the hypotenuse divided by 2, that gives us the short leg. Because if the hypotenuse is 2x, and that's what it equals, and then I solve for x, that's what the short side is. Okay, label the, I believe that should say long leg. So label the long leg. Well, the long leg is the square root of 3 times x, and we know that x is 23. So we get 23 square root of 3.